Hey, what's going on, y'all? So you may have learned that, or you may have heard that R. Kelly recently took a loss in a civil suit. A woman known as Heather Williams basically got a default civil judgment against him because he didn't file an appearance and he did not show up to court, right? So this video is about the four possible arguments he could make to get this garbage thrown out, and essentially, he's actually already made one of the arguments. Allegedly, he's made one of the arguments, right? There's reports on the internet that he's basically saying that he couldn't read, so he didn't really understand what was going on. So therefore, he couldn't file a response or he couldn't make an appearance because he didn't know what was going on. He couldn't read, right? I wouldn't have made that argument, but hey, that's the argument he made, right? So, but before I get into the other three possible arguments that you could make, let me talk about the mechanisms that he can use that I know of to get himself in front of a judge. The first mechanism is called a motion or petition to vacate a judgment within 30 days, also known as a 21301. Basically, you want to use this if you find out that a judgment has been put in against you and 30 days has not passed. Now, I believe that this is what he's used already. I think I saw reports Friday that he responded to the default judgment, and I believe this is what he used. But I think he could have waited and saved himself, bought himself a little bit more time and used what's known as a motion or petition to vacate a judgment greater than, 30 days, right? He could have used that. And this thing is actually good for any judgment. That to me, it seems like in certain situations, there's no time limit. Now, in terms of the arguments that he can actually make, I think he could argue that he was either under duress, or he can argue that there was fraud, or he can argue that maybe the court didn't have jurisdiction. Now, he can't actually come out and argue any of these things without actual proof of evidence. But, I actually wanted to mention him because I don't know his situation. I don't know what went on. Maybe some of this stuff did go on. So let's go ahead and get into the actual arguments. And we'll also look at some of the actual mechanisms they can use to get himself in front of a judge. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it now.